Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm a spirit channeler and oracle card reader who channels both light and shadow energies in my readings, which means if you're easily triggered, please find yourself another reader. For those of you who still remain, today's reading will be on the topic of the ultimate closure reading. This is for those of you who are in an actual relationship with someone and you broke up and you just need some extra closure on what exactly happened and how they're currently feeling, etc. This is not for any of you who were in the courting beginning stages of talking to someone and they ghosted you. Not for you. Click this video here that's popping out on the screen. That's the video that you need to go to if you were in the courting stages and someone ghosted you. This video is for those of you who were in an actual relationship and you guys broke up. So you have 6 pals to choose from this time, I know. I would only choose 1 to 2 max. I would keep it at 2. So from left to right, pal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Pause the video if you need some more time to choose your crystal, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, pal number 1. Welcome to your reading. So before casting your cards, I tuned into this person's energy. First, I'm going to start off by stating what they would say to you if they could. Then I'm going to get information on exactly why you guys broke up. And then I'm going to close it out with how they feel about you now and if there's someone new. So what they would say to you now if they could. So this is what I channeled. Trusting you was the biggest mistake of my life. This is why I never committed. Extraordinary the way you made me feel. And that wasn't in a good way, by the way. You're so full of it. Leave me alone, stop texting me. The vast majority of our arguments were your faults. Disgrace. The amount of time and trouble I wasted on you, I could have invested in myself. So this person is very angry at you. And what I was seeing was a lot of daggers being shot at them from you through your mouth. So a lot of arguments was happening between you guys, a lot of arguing. And what I feel was happening is that you were also using things against them, things that they would say, things that they would confide in you against them. You were also diminishing their self-confidence, their self-esteem. You were taking jabs at their physical appearance, I'm seeing, especially if this was a male. I see you taking jabs at his package down there. I see you taking jabs at the fact that he's not in shape. Some of you, I'm seeing that he was skinny. You were saying like something like, oh, he's lanky, he's skinny. So you were taking jabs at his or her appearance. And there was just a lot of arguing back and forth between you guys. So I'm going to cast some cards to get some more information on what they would say to you if they could, what they would want to say. I'm hearing you were a nightmare. You were an absolute nightmare. What else? Come on. Anything else I want to say? Outsider, misfit. Yeah. Okay. So they felt left out in the cold by you. Why is this color like that? Come on. Oh, my God. This is bugging me. Can we adjust the color? There we go. Thank you. So this person felt left out in the cold by you. No matter what they did, it seemed like they weren't able to please you. Yeah, we have witness. Basically, what I'm seeing happening is that you would take a lot of, okay, you were very perceptive. You would look at everything that they were doing and everything that they were saying, and you would overanalyze it, and you would store it away in a little like compartment of your mind, and you would bring it back up later on during arguments. So if they confided some things to you about like things that happened in their past, or if you guys had arguments in the past and then you guys kind of sort of made up, what you would do is that you would bring up these arguments, these past arguments and these past hurts and pains from them, from their past, in these arguments, to take jabs at them and to prove your point at something. Like, for example, if you were saying, oh, you're so lazy, and then to prove your point, you bring up an argument that you guys had previously about them not wanting to wash the dishes. And it's like, why are you bringing this up? Also, if they told you like, oh, my mom used to call me lazy when I was a teenager, I'm seeing you saying even your mother agrees with me. So there's taking jabs at them, at their self-esteem, bringing things up, holding it. My God. Keep this in order. Using things against them, monster within. Okay, so they were struggling with, wanting to improve. They, no matter what they did, they couldn't improve enough for you, for your liking. Burnt by the sun. It's like you were on a pedestal. I don't know how you got there. Either they put you on a pedestal or you put yourself on a pedestal, and it seemed like no matter how hard they tried, no matter what they did, it was never good enough for you. It was always the same old thing over and over again. Like the same things would annoy you. And I feel like some of it was things that they couldn't even fix. Like, especially if it was their physical appearance. Like there are things that they couldn't fix. If it was parts about their personality that was really ingrained in them, like more than just like, you know, little things that habits, this like personality traits that were like really ingrained, really a part of them, and they couldn't really fix it. And you would still use it against them. So let's see, what else am I saying? Yeah, a lot of pressure. We have that immortal card, pressure of peers. You were pressuring them. What were you pressuring them with? Basically, the things that they would say to you is that you were overbearing, you pressured them too much, you brought up the same arguments over and over again, you made them feel like they didn't belong in their own home, you were using things against them that they confided in you in a period of trust, and you used it against them, you broke their trust. They can never raise themselves up to your standards. They can never accomplish what you want them to accomplish. Like, they can never be good enough for you. And they felt like this needed to end because it was like a cycle that was going on and on. Like someone always criticizing them, and they could not live up to this person's expectations, i.e. your expectations. And they felt very pressured. And they felt like enough is enough. After like putting up with it for a while, they felt like enough is enough. They wanted to go find some happiness elsewhere, with the underdeck energy being ecstasy, bliss. So, yep. Okay, now we're going to channel. What are we gonna channel? Why you guys broke up? So I pretty much already did, but let's just see anything else that the energy oracle wants to say. As you guys break up, we already have a card. Yeah, broken heart. This person, you pretty much broke their heart. All of the bickering back and forth. Yeah, there was something about their stability, either the way that they looked, or there may have been something to do with finances as well. Maybe they didn't make enough money for your liking, especially if you're a female watching this and you're inquiring about a male. Your ex is a male. He didn't make as much money as you wanted him to make. If you're inquiring about a female, she didn't have the body you wanted her to have. She didn't have the personality that you wanted her to have. She wasn't as smart as you wanted her to be. Yeah, I'm seeing like maybe this person had jobs that were going in and out, like temporary jobs, or they were always taking temporary gigs, or they were in and out of work for some reason during the period that you guys were together. And something about their lack of success. And as soon as I say that, the victory card is in reverse. So something about their lack of success was making you feel like they were inadequate, and you were thus telling them that they're inadequate. So the energies that I'm picking up in this group is Gemini, Virgo, Scorpio, Pisces. So that could either be you or that could be the person you're inquiring about. Those are the zodiac signs I'm picking up very heavily in this group. Let's see what else. Yeah. This person felt like they were being pushed around by you, like manipulated here. No matter what they did. No matter what they did, it wasn't good enough for you. Man holding a heart. This person was like a little bit... I feel like they really did try. They may have put you up on a pedestal. I feel like it's both. You put yourself up on a pedestal and they put you up on a pedestal. This person also abandoned their friends or their family for you. Probably not completely, but I mean like they significantly reduced the amount of time they were spending with these people in order to please you. Because I feel like you would like make a fit if they wanted to go out with their friends. And they couldn't even hang out with their friends as much as they wanted to because you would always make a fit or you about the time that they were returning home, or make a fit when they said, oh, they wanted to go like watch the game with the boys. You would be like, why can't we watch together? Why can't you stay home or something like that? Yeah, a lot of fighting. You came in between them and their friends or their family, kind of isolated them from them. And because you were either controlling, well, you were controlling. But in addition to that, you could have also been, I don't know, you were impatient about something. I think you're impatient about this person. I think you were also criticizing how much time they spent in leisurely activities like watching TV, surfing the internet, playing video games, hanging with their friends, and as opposed to looking for jobs if they were unemployed, or looking for a better job if they had a shitty job or a job that you considered shitty or not adequate, or going back to school or doing something productive. This person wasn't productive enough for you. We have the Sun card. You wanted to reach a higher level, like a higher status. Leo. I also picking up Leo. So Leo, Gemini, Scorpio, Pisces. That's what I'm picking up for both of your signs right now. You wanted to reach a higher status. Did I say Virgo? Yeah. Okay. Leo, Gemini, Virgo, Scorpio, Pisces. Yeah, you wanted to reach a higher status. You want someone who is more financially stable, wealthier, better looking. If you're a female and you're inquiring about a male, if you're a male inquiring about a female, you wanted someone prettier, also who had her shit together a bit more too. She seemed a little like not as orderly as you would have liked her to be, not as precise about things, maybe not in the best shape. There were also, did I mention, I also saw you criticizing, oh yeah, I did mention it, criticizing their package. If this was a male, maybe if this is a female, you criticized her in bed, or like her head game. I'm seeing that too. You may have compared her to some of your exes who had better head game, and similarly, if this is a male, you compared him to some of your exes who had a bigger package. So yeah, okay, we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. This person was financially not very stable. They didn't make as much money as you wanted them to. This person was not as meticulous about their future as you would have liked. You guys were not compatible, but the thing is, I don't see this person as being lazy. I see them as actually trying, but they weren't trying hard enough for you, and they weren't getting results fast enough for your liking. So what was the last thing I was going to look at? We're going to look at how did they currently feel about you now. Okay, so let's see how they currently feel about you now, and also, is there someone new? Okay, let me just take this back. How they currently feel about, you know what, let me tune into the energy and see. Basically, okay, they're still annoyed at you for sure, because I felt annoyed when I was channeling them at the beginning of the video, of the reading, sorry, and how do they feel? I'm hearing irritated. When they think about you, they get irritated. Irritated again, like I channeled that they wasted time on you. Okay, and I'm pulling the Page of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah. I'm saying that they feel like you were... I'm seeing a lot of bickering and they feel like you were a waste of time. A waste of their time. Like they wasted those years with you that they can't get back. Let's see. What else am I picking up from that? Let me, hold on. Okay. Also, there was something about broken promises here. You may have promised them at some point some financial stability, some long-term financial stability, like some business partnership or something like that, and you didn't fulfill that. So they're remembering the fact that you didn't fulfill that end of the bargain. They're also remembering the fact that you would, like all the things that you would say. Oh, what's this? Okay, yeah, you are very stern. I'm seeing a lot of swords, so you're probably a Gemini. Yeah. Every time they came home to a problem. This home was not a haven. It was a nightmare. We have the Two of Cups in reverse. You did not reciprocate their love. Didn't we get, yeah, we had the man holding a heart here. So he wanted, or she wanted to make it work. They had more affection for you than you had for them. They see you as being unemotional or having your emotions unstable, being unstable. That's how they are thinking of you. And that's how they feel about you. They also feel like you create a chaotic environment, a toxic environment, an environment that drains their emotional energy, and that gives them some mental instability in terms of their self-esteem and their self-worth, feelings of self-worth. Oh man. Okay. We got Ace of Cups, Nine of Cups, nice. Okay. Five of Cups, Seven of Wands. Wow, okay. So they had to defend themselves a lot from you. They may have been the one to break up. I think they're the ones who broke up with you, and which is why I also channeled stop texting me for some of you. If you're still trying to text them, they cut off communication with you. And underneath the deck, we also have the High Priestess in reverse. This person wised up. They started to follow their intuition. They started to gain their self-esteem back, and they put their foot down. Their intuition increased during the time that they were with you, and actually, believe it or not, their self-worth actually increased right after cutting ties with you. But also I'm seeing it's like they're still kind of a little like depressed over it, over the whole situation. It's like they're trying to right now actively create a new life for themselves. And I don't exactly see them with someone else right now. I think they still have a lot of healing to do, especially with that Ace of Cups and also the High Priestess. So they have like a lot of healing to do still. And it's the Nine of Cups. They're trying to be emotionally fulfilled on their own right now. They're trying to, Yeah, and we have the Ace of Wands here. They're trying to have a life free of conflict and drama. They're also trying to, again, heal their broken self-esteem and all that. So I see them happily single right now. I don't see them with anyone else for the time being. That could change, but for right now, they're happily single, enjoying life. They're trying to build their life back up. I'm seeing them, some of them are in school. So either they weren't in school when you were together. They weren't in school when you were together, and after you guys separated, not too long after that, they started school. I'm seeing some of them sliding down like a snowbank or something. Maybe they went tobogganing not too long after you guys broke up. It might have been something that they wanted to do, but you didn't really want to do. If that would resonate for you, you would know that it was for you, because there would have been some conversation about you guys going tobogganing or sledding, like on the hill. Like when you take like one of those sleds up like the hill, and then in winter, and then you slide down. Where like it could be snowboarding as well, but I saw them on their butts like sliding down. So if you know about that they wanted to do that, and you guys maybe were arguing about doing that again, that's probably something that they wanted to do, but you were saying that they're wasting their time doing things that were of no consequence instead of doing things of consequence. And with this Five of Pentacles here, they're trying to rebuild their life. So they're focusing on their finances right now. They're focusing on their emotional well-being and their finances. They're not really worried about you or any other potential romantic partner. With the Moon card, it's a lot of healing that they're still doing. A lot of cleansing their subconscious mind and their self-esteem. Yeah. From time to time, though, I think they still get a little like disheartened and saddened over the situation, but they quickly like are able to move past that, because they're really defending their mental stability. Yeah, and I said that, and we have the Nine of Swords. I'm not picking this up as in the upright. I'm picking it up like reversed. They're healing from this. Some of them, they may have had nightmares of you soon after breaking up. Also, what I'm picking up from these two is that I feel like they are having financial problems right now. And this is what they're focusing on right now. So they're not focusing on a relationship with anyone. They're focusing on their own well-being, their healing, their emotional healing, their mental healing, their self-esteem rebuilding, and also their finances, because their finances took a hit after they separated from you. Again, with that Nine of Pentacles in reverse, it's like you guys were supposed to do some sort of business venture together, then you guys broke up, and then that fell through, so they were like on their own again. Or maybe you were helping to provide for them financially or something, and then when you guys broke up, they were on their own again. So they're rebuilding their finances. They're working through that. They're right now they're preoccupied with that. So no, I don't see them wanting to ever get back with you again or even speak to you again. So I hope that resonated with you. Those are your messages. Let me know if it resonated, and I will see you in my next reading. Hello, pal number 2. Welcome to your reading. So before casting your cards, I'm going to first start off by channeling what they would say to you if they could, which I already did. Then we're going to move on to why you guys actually broke up. And then we're going to end it with how they feel about you now, and also if there's someone new. So, what I channeled for them, for what they would say to you, is the sky's the limit, so I had to go snatch it elsewhere. I was mainly just bored. You have to take chances in life. I mean, sorry? Trust me on this. We're better off apart. What's mine and what's yours? My house. Justifications are overrated. So from those last two quotes, there is an issue for some of you guys about splitting assets, especially if this is a divorce. You may have gotten the house, or you guys are fighting over the house. And justifications are overrated. I don't feel like this person gave you any justification for why they picked up and left you, which is why you're at this reading. And they have no intentions of giving you those justifications with that last quote that I channeled. So I had a vision of like heavy sun beaming down, lots of sunlight, a beach, setting, sand, water, waves, even dolphins I saw like jumping out of the water. So this person wanted to be free from you. They wanted an adventure. They wanted something brand new, wanted something fresh. Also with this vision, they may have went on a vacation immediately after breaking up with you with a new person, with a new, sorry, I don't know if they're fireworks, I don't know. Anyways, they may have went on a vacation with a new person, like immediately after breaking up with you. Like they broke up with you and then like packed up and left and like went on vacation. Or they went on vacation without you and sent you a breakup text while they were on vacation, and then they met someone else there, and then they were like, you know, chilling with that person. Or they went on vacation, they came back, and then they told you that they were breaking up with you after coming back from vacation. Or the two of you went on vacation together and then they broke up with you while the two of you were on vacation. So you know what happened. But overall, I'm seeing this person chilling. If you're wondering where they are right now, they might very well be on vacation. Okay, let's see what else from Le Vampire that they would like to say to you. Death Rites saying goodbye. This is for them, this is over. It had to end. This had reached a conclusion. Eternal youth. Okay, perfect. This is what I was picking up. This person's having a midlife crisis. You probably resonate with them being around that age. Basically, what happened is that they were with you monogamously for a certain amount of time, certain amount of years. And then they got bored. Just like I channeled, I said I was just bored. Remember I channeled that? They were just bored. This person has a deep-rooted issue about remaining monogamous and faithful to one person beyond a certain amount of time. They have like a time limit. And sorry again, I don't know what they're doing. They have a time limit. So I don't know how long. Okay. They got bored. They're having a midlife crisis. And if they're not in if they're not in that age and they're younger than that, then what is happening is that they have a time limit of how long they can stay with someone before they need to step out on the relationship. And what I'm seeing happening, what happened with you guys is that you guys were together longer than their normal threshold, than their normal time frame. You were the longest relationship that they've had. And they snapped. Death will come. They knew this relationship had a time limit, actually, with that card. But it was also fragile from the beginning. And we got the supernatural card. It was fragile from the beginning. And also they wanted something new. This person wanted something fresh. They wanted something new. They may have left you for a blonde girl with really pale blonde hair. But they wanted something new. Again, the Maynard card, yeah, energy release, energy release. Are you seeing that? They wanted to release some energy on other people. Do you get what I mean? Do you get what I mean? That's what yeah. And we got this a call for help card. They were bored out of their mind. And we got, underneath the deck, we have this card, thirst. Okay, this person was looking around at all the beautiful, enticing younger women and men, or the more successful and handsome men who were giving them attention, or who they could potentially usually have gotten had they been single. And they lost it. They said, you know what? I'm not that old. And if they were having a midlife crisis, they're thinking, you know, I'm not that old. Like, I know I'm older, but like, I think I still have it. Like, because in this person's youth, they would pick up men and women easily. They're beautiful. They're good looking. They were in shape, especially when they're younger. They might still be in shape. And they had game. They were able to pick up, they had a variety of options. And years of being monogamous with one person made them start to question whether or not they still had that game, whether or not they could still pick up these beautiful young women. For some of you, I'm seeing like a college age girl or girls. And they wanted to test the waters to see if they could still do that. The thing is, though, I'm seeing them they have like a personality trait that they're kind of like addicted to having sex with multiple people. I'm not sure how else to put that. And or they might be addicted to the chase. Like, they might be like a femme fatale type of woman, or if it's a man, he might be like a philanderer type of man normally, like at their core. And then when they got with you, they kind of set it aside. They kind of tried to simmer it down to the bottom of the pot, but then it just kept like simmering after all these years, and it bubbled up, and then finally like it got to a boiling point, and then it overflowed out of the pot, and they overflowed and landed into between someone else's legs. Purposely. They wanted something new. So let's see what they would say to you now. Some of you, I'm seeing that they would say like it was inevitable. Like, it was inevitable that this was going to happen. It was inevitable that we were going to break up. Like, how long did you really expect me to be satisfied by one woman or be faithful to one person? And also I'm seeing they might say, I'm still young. Again, with that eternal youth card, they would say, I'm still young. They would also say, I'm bored. I needed excitement. I needed something new. I needed a stimulation. I needed someone new. Okay, so let's see what the energy oracle wants to say about why they really left. Door to personal happiness and healing. They weren't happy, really. They're trying to chase happiness outside of them. This is a very ego based. I wouldn't be surprised if I got the first chakra card, but this is very ego based. So basically, it's like this person was good looking back in their youth, back in their day. They would pick up all the men, all the girls. And with this attachment, it's like they're still stuck on the past. They want that excitement again. They want to do that again. They want the single life again. They want the bachelor and bachelorette life again. And in order to get this happiness that they wanted, there needed to be a change here. And the change involved leaving you behind and moving on rather abruptly. This seems kind of like abrupt, this ending, because I'm not seeing like a lot of fighting like with the last group. This seems like someone just woke up one day and just said, okay, bye, and then they just went on vacation in another country. Yeah, this person might be a Leo. You may also have a Leo rising. It's all about their ego here. World. They wanted to get back out in the dating scene. They wanted to, and again, traveling. They wanted, yeah, they didn't want to be tied down anymore. They were done being tied down. This person hit their time frame. This person has a time frame. You may also resonate like with when you guys met. They had a girlfriend at the same time, or they were seeing other women or men at the same time as that they were dating you when you guys first met. So it's kind of unusual for them to have been with you as long as they had been with you. Like if you know about their exes, you're probably the longest relationship that they've had. What is this? 2 of Wands. Oh yeah, they wanted to move on. They wanted to move in another direction. Okay, so let's see what they would. Yeah, how they feel about you now. Yeah, how do they feel about you now? And is there someone new? This person, yeah, they also wanted to make sure, like, do they have this the body still, like, you know? This is very like ego driven. Like, do they still have the body? Can they still get the hot guys, the young guys, the men with wealth, with status? Do they still look at them? And I feel like these people were looking at them, but they were tied down for so long, and they had to like dismiss all these people, and then they just like snapped. And it's like, and they're thinking, oh, can I still get the young girls? Like, you know. Who's this? Chariot in reverse. Balancing, yeah. Some Emperor. Yeah. Okay. Let's okay, what am I? What's this spread for actually? Sorry, I'm looking at my notes here. Just reading. Yeah, how they currently feel about you. Yeah, they feel like it's over. They feel like they feel like they balanced this relationship as much as they could. Like they juggled this relationship as much as they could. And when I say juggled, I don't mean juggling you with other people. Mind you, this is a general reading. So someone with this type of personality could easily have cheated on you while you guys were dating. However, for the vast majority of you guys, I'm not seeing them cheating on you while you guys were together. I'm seeing them actually trying to remain faithful, but then it just kept bubbling up and then they just completely snapped. So they juggled that. It's kind of, it was like a balancing act between who they used to be and who they really are deep down in their core, because they didn't mature. You probably thought like, oh, they matured. They used to be a playboy in, you know, when they were 22, but now like he's not a playboy anymore. And here we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So you probably like thought like, oh, he matured, but he didn't really mature, or she didn't really mature. They kind of like tucked that part of them away in a box. You know what this is reminding me of? There is a show on Netflix. I watched a couple episodes of it. I didn't watch the whole season, but I watched a couple episodes of it. Right now, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but I'm going to write it on the screen now. If you happen to have watched this show or you watched the trailer, this is what I'm seeing. This is exactly what I'm seeing. Mind you, I don't know the way this show ends. I don't know if she leaves her husband. I don't think she does. But the point I'm getting that at, if you had watched a couple of those episodes, you would know that she didn't really change. She used to be like really loose and like sleeping with multiple men and like, you know, partying all the time. And then she got a husband, and then I think she had 2 kids, and then she got bored. And she really from the episodes that I saw, she was heavily considering, you know, like stepping out on the relationship. So what I see with this guy or this girl, your ex, is that they actually did step up, but they didn't like, they cut the relationship and then they just like ran, sort of thing, because it's kind of like they're akin to this character in this show. She didn't she didn't mature. Just because she got married and she had the kids, she didn't mature. What she did is like she tucked this part of her, which was ingrained, in like a little box in the back, hoping that it wouldn't come back out, but it did. And it's because like it wasn't being fed. Again, I'm seeing with this Knight of Wands in reverse, it's like this little monster, especially being fiery energy. You know, sexual energy, you need to release that sexual energy. And it wasn't extinguished. You see here how the candle is completely ablaze, and also the fire behind him. It wasn't extinguished. Look, he's like thrashing around. Like, I know it's a still picture, but if we like turn this into a movie, like a moving picture, we can all see that he's going to be like thrashing around. He's mid movement, yet the flame is still lit. So no matter like how much he or she may have tried, or you may have thought that they had extinguished this behavior, it never extinguished. It was just suppressed. It was suppressed. And again, with the Emperor in reverse, he used to be the biggest playboy, the biggest philanderer, and the biggest, yeah, seriously. You probably already knew about this. You guys probably like met during his playboy days. And it's been on the back burner for a while. Never fully extinguished, but it was, yeah, here we go. And I just pulled the Nine of Swords card. It never fully extinguished. It was just like simmering, and then it just boiled over. So, again, with this Chariot, it's like, again, very ego-based, trying to get back out in the dating scene, because it's in reverse, so they're like hidden. And also like with the depiction, she's like in somewhere. So it's like, it's also about like, you know, success being like in the forefront and it being reversed. It's like, again, with this balancing act, like trying to hide it. So how do they feel about you? I'm supposed to be channeling that. How do they feel about you? Let's see. How do they currently feel about? Okay. We have the Strength card. So I feel like they actually did love you, or did at least really, really strongly care about you. Really, really strongly. I don't know if it was really love, but they definitely really, really cared about you. And also, wait, the Strength, we got it twice. We got the Angel of Strength from the Oracle deck, and then we got the Strength card from the Tarot. This one's in reverse, this one's upright. So we have Strength twice. Again, a lot of like Leo energy. So this person could very well be a Leo, but this is just very like ego based. So they see you as like a solid rock. Someone they can depend on, someone they depended on for a long period of time. I pulled the Empress card. They see you as like a wife. So most of you guys, like, I'm picking up like marriage for this group. Like, you guys were married or in a long-term relationship. You may even have children. So they see you as being like a good person, a good mother to your children, a good wife, a strong, solid rock, someone who's stable, like a stable person. But this person has a lot of fiery energy. They may be an air sign or a fire sign, I'm picking up. So they have like a lot of like fiery and flighty energy. And yeah, especially Sagittarius. Leo, Sagittarius, and Libra heavily. So yeah, they see you as being like the mother of their child, their ex-wife. But they see you as being in the past. We have the, yeah, Ten of Swords. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I'm tuning into the energy. I'm not picking up a lot of love. And I also put the Six of Pentacles here. So this seems to have, what I was picking up, it's like a phase of their life that they needed to go through and that ended. So they feel that you are the wife, the marriage, that's a rite of passage. a rite of passage. So you guys may have had children, or you got married, or you just had like but it's coming off as marriage, but like a very like long-term committed relationship, and you were like a rite of passage, and it's like they feel like, oh, they tried it but it wasn't for them. So like, it's kind of like if you go to school for, I don't know, 4 years, whatever, you get a degree in something, then you go work in the fields, and then you work in the field for a couple years, and then you decide, you know what, nah, I don't really like this career. I think I want to go back to school and do something else, or I just want to switch to another job completely without going back to school. So you're going to look back at your schooling and your career and think you're not really, I mean, of course, what I'm picking up, like obviously some people could think that it was a waste of time, but what I'm picking up is that this person's not going to look back and think, oh, what a waste of time, what a waste of my money, what a waste of my years. No, they saw it as me just trying to find myself. Like a great experience. I made some money. I worked. I racked up a lot of like debt, but I made friends in college or in university. Now I have a degree, so like even if I get another job that's unrelated, they're just gonna like the fact that I have a degree on my CV, so I'm more likely to get a job. Like it was just a rite of passage. Like everyone goes to college, like even if I didn't like really like it, like it's kind of like that. So I'm seeing like that you're more like a rock, someone stable. You could be an earth sign. You could be an earth sign indeed, or a water. It seems like you're either a water sign or an earth sign, and this person's either a fire sign or a air sign. So, so they see you as like that. Again, with the Six of Pentacles, kind of like I paid my dues, now I can move on type of thing. Like I paid my taxes, and now I can move on. Hopefully this is making sense. It's kind of like a little nonchalant-ish. But like they still care, like they wouldn't want something to happen to you, but I don't really feel them wanting to get back with you. Like if you were to allow them back into your home, I feel like they would come in, play house with you a little bit, like, sleep with you and stuff. And like, eat your food that you cook and like have a place to sleep, and then be seeing other people on the side, like at the same time. Like they're not going to give up this lifestyle for you. They gave it up for you one time. They tried it. It didn't work. The shoe didn't fit. And now they're just running back to the old life with this Five of Pentacles. It's like he's running away, like he's running back. And if you did take them back, you would have to take them back in like some sort of casual, like live-in partner, open relationship thing, not the committed marriage that you had before. They're not going to do that again, at least not with you, or at least not right now. Like maybe in another 20 years or something, when they have their second life crisis, especially if they're younger now, like but even then, nah. Okay. Six of Wands. Yeah, they're partying, they're having fun, they have their friends, they have the girls around them again like they used to have back in the day. They have the men around them again, buying them drinks, getting them clothes, like they used to have back in the day, picking them up in their cars and all that kind of stuff. Going gambling as well, even. Yeah. Do they have someone new? I see them having just multiple people around them. They're just having fun. They're not in a relationship with anyone. So if they left you to go on vacation with like one person, they're not, Nine of Cups. They're having their cake and they're eating it too. So if they left you to go on vacation with one person, they're like not with this person anymore, or they're like, they might still be seeing this person, but very casually. Like they're not in an actual relationship with anyone at all. They're single and ready to mingle. And the final card I pulled was Page of Swords. They may contact you. They may actually contact you, but it's going to be a stupid kind of communication. Like, hey, what's up? Don't be surprised if they text you. It's going to be a text too. It's not even going to be a phone call. The Sun in reverse. They may be prone to texting you when they're a bit depressed. Be mindful of that. Be mindful of that. They may also, when they also don't have women around them, other women or other men, they may, because I also, there's like this king of wands here underneath the deck in reverse, and the king of wands here looks like the knight of wands. So when they don't have people to sleep with, they may call you, they may text you. Be mindful of that. Also, they may call you or text you when they're feeling depressed, because you're good at listening to them. You know them better than anyone else, so you have a good air to listen to. Like yeah. Again, like water sign you're coming off as, or earth. Okay, so yeah, that's all I'm picking up for you. Those are your messages. I hope that resonated. Let me know if it did, and I will see you in my next reading. Hello, pal number 3. Welcome to your reading. So before casting your cards, I channeled some things that they would say to you if they could. So we're going to do that first. And then we're going to cast some cards on exactly why you guys broke up. And then we're going to end it with how they feel about you now and if there's someone new. So what I channeled for some things they would say to you are, unfortunately, it didn't work out. Trust is a strange thing. Love is a strange thing. See you on the other side. Passion burns out. I desire your happiness. So with that, see you on the other side, I'm seeing that this person wishes for your happiness, of course, and wants to hopefully maybe see you on the other side, like after death type of thing, like in heaven or the afterlife, like, you know, maybe we'll reunite on the other side, or maybe we'll even reunite in another lifetime type of thing. With love is a strange thing and trust is a strange thing. It's like I heard both of them, and I heard both of them from kind of like two competing people. So there's going to be some of you where this person would have said love is a strange thing, and there's going to be some of you where this person would have said trust is a strange thing, but not both. So for the group of you who would resonate with trust, this person broke your trust in a way. They may have stepped out on the relationship. They may have also told you that you guys would be together, but they broke their promise and decided that they wanted to end things. And that broke your heart because you truly believed them when they said that you guys would be together forever. And love is a strange thing. If you resonate with that one, then that just means that they love you. They still do. But they also want your happiness more, and they want their happiness more as well. And people can be in love but be separate. So that's what's strange about love. Even though people love each other, they could still be, you know, distant, miles and miles and kilometers apart. And yeah. So the vision that I had was like a big hot air balloon that was like floating. I also saw a green apple. So that may mean something for some of you guys, because I couldn't figure out what on earth, why there was a green apple. You guys may both have like been adamant about only buying green apples and not the red ones or something. And then like at the bottom, there was kind of like a little dagger. So for some of you, again, with that trust is a strange thing, I'm picking up like they may have stepped out on the relationship, but like one time or with one person. It was either one time or with one person. For those of you who resonated with the trust as opposed to love quote. And there was like some kind of like black like tent cape thingy flying in the wind, and like a simmering flame. So like this is like and also I channeled passion burns out. So the passion between you guys just kind of like fizzled out. And there's a little bit of a betrayal undertone with that dagger there again with the trust thing. And it's kind of like a shadow aspect with that black cloak tent thingy. So it's like even in the brightness and the lightness, and specifically lightness of like being up in the air in this hot air balloon and like flying high and being happy and together, because I saw both of you guys in the balloon. It's like there's still going to be like a shadow aspect of human nature that causes them to do things that they shouldn't do, and causes them to break a promise or a bond without methodically intending to do so, but instead being led by the subconscious mind or the pain body. So this person may have been acting out sometimes in some manners that were inappropriate, but that they weren't doing on purpose. It was almost as if they couldn't help it. Hopefully that's making sense. For those of you who that's supposed to make sense for, you're going to get that. So let's cast some cards. Okay, so I'm coming back in here with a voiceover post-edit because the bulk of your reading, the juicy part, really started a little bit later on. So everything that I said beforehand, I basically repeated afterwards or was inconsequential. So we're just going to jump ahead. Okay, so we're doing something that I did not do with any of the other groups. I went and I got another deck, Secret Language of Light. This is my ultimate channeling deck, because there is some block in this reading. So let's go. Pile 3. I knew it. It has something to do with the soul. That's what I was picking up with the vampire, but it seemed weird because I'm used to karmic relationships ending rather abruptly and chaotically, but this was some sort of amicable split. There might have been, of course, there's some pain here. I see people crying over it. Of course, you guys loved each other. Soul tree, but it's like, it was like written almost that you guys would only be together for like a certain amount of time. And it's like, no matter like what you guys would have tried to do, it's like it was out of your hands. And this is probably what's baffling you about this relationship, because it's like it's on paper it should have worked, but for some reason it just didn't. Soul journey, soul mating. You guys were soulmates, so this is not coming off karmic soulmate. It's coming off like a soulmate. It might be a twin flame and separation type of thing, actually. Or just a soulmate, like another level soulmate, but not karmic at all. It's like you guys are not, you guys have some, this is kind of like, and underneath the deck we have healing. I knew someone needed to heal from something, and it's coming off more like your ex. He or she needs to heal from something. There was something, again with that nightmare card and the supernatural, like they're dealing with something. Whispers here. They may have like a, you're going to know this. I'm picking up that you guys were married. They may be schizophrenic. They may have some sort of other mental disorder. That they might be medicated for it. I'm not seeing it being uncontrolled, but there's some need for both of your souls to separate right now in order to grow and heal and evolve on your soul journey before you guys can come back together, whether that's in this lifetime or another future lifetime. Which is actually funny that I channeled the quote for you. It said, "See you on the other side," and I told you that was either in the afterlife or in another lifetime. It's like your souls know that you're supposed to be together eventually, either again this life or another one, but it's not right now. It's just not the right time. It's like some sort of like twin flames and separation kind of thing. Someone has some sort of healing to do. You guys can't reach your full potential, especially when it comes to like your career and what you're actually supposed to be doing with your life, both of you, together. You can't do it together. It's like you have to separate to get your careers together and your life together. And one of you guys may have been moving as well. Like I kind of picked that up a little bit with the vampire. Oh no, it was here with the energy oracle with the journey card being in reverse. It's like, and I'm sorry for the firecrackers in the background. I don't know what they're doing. Oh my God. So one of you guys may have had to move cities for a job. And you guys had to make a decision about whether or not you wanted to, not take the job of your dreams, or not pursue a degree at a university that you really want to go to, but that's in another city, or stay with this person, or have a long distance relationship. Because again, with the hot air balloon, this may have been a question of whether or not you guys would have stayed together to have a long distance relationship, and you guys decided it was better for you guys to not have a long distance relationship. You guys may have tried the long distance relationship thing, and then you found out that he had stepped out on the relationship because, I mean, you weren't there, so he slept with someone else, and you just said, you know what, let's just like give it up. This is not going to work. You guys split, decided it wasn't going to work for now. It's like, I'm not picking up like you guys, like there's no fighting really, there's no hostilities, but it's like your lives are not fitting. They're not fitting right now. You have to do something by yourself, career wise, your life goal wise. You have to achieve some goals, both of you, by yourselves. At least one of you has to achieve some sort of goal by yourself, and the other one has to do some sort of healing. There's some sort of like mental disorder that someone has, and this is not like in a like negative sense, because sometimes when I see mental disorders, especially like there was one group here already that I had where the person was like, anyways, but this is not like a toxic mental disorder. Like this is like, this person could be borderline personality disorder. I mean, it could be toxic if left unchecked, but I mean, like this is not the type of mental disorder that I would say run from. Like this is kind of like a schizophrenia or like bipolar, but like this person's like medicated. There could also be someone here who has some psychic abilities to channel, and they're in a transitionary period of moving in a more spiritual direction, whereas the other partner is trying to move in a more practical, mundane, I need to get my job and my career and my schooling right type of direction. Like one person may want to like be in nature all the time, or like move out of the city and live in town, in the outskirts of the city, and the other person is like, my job is here, like my job is literally in the middle of the city, we can't move outside of the city. One person wants to move to maybe another province or state that has more greenery and water. The other person's like, literally there are no job opportunities there, I'm going to get paid half as much with my career if I move there. There seems to be like one of you has some sort of like spiritual evolution type of maybe channeling abilities or a mental disorder, and the other one is just very much like, I need to get my life in check, I have this job, I have this my school, I need to finish what I started, and it wasn't working. But you guys are definitely soulmates, because we have the soulmating card and a lot of like indication that you guys are soulmates. But it's like, it was like pre-written somehow that you guys wouldn't last. Either you wouldn't last right now, or you wouldn't last in this lifetime. It's not really the right time for you guys to come together permanently. And when I got this expansion card, you guys need to expand separately without each other. It's a good thing I grabbed this deck. This is because this group, the reason why it was blocking me, this group is very like you know, higher dimensional. It's not very like mundane, like, oh, we were fighting or something like that. Like, this is very like, it's written in soul contracts type of thing, which is why there was a block before. I couldn't really tune in. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, again with that supernatural and thirst card, it's like one person is trying to go off into like the spiritual sense, like the spiritual like way of life, the more nomad way of life. And the other person's trying to do something else, like they don't want to. They're not there yet. They don't want to do that. You guys are on different paths in this lifetime. Again with that journey card and like the sixth chakra, one person's psychic abilities is opening up. Let's see what else I'm saying. Let's get another card. Okay, we got this. Yeah, woman holding a coin. One person is moving for stability, moving towards stability. The other person is moving towards like a free spirit. I'm hearing something about kids. You guys may have had a fight about kids. The one who is stable with the woman holding a coin wants to have kids. The nomad doesn't, not right now, because he wants to travel. He doesn't know where he wants to settle down yet. And I'm picking up a he. And I think the female wanted something more stable, the female in this relationship. Yeah, we have the sun, the thinking man, blossoming abundance, the third chakra. A differing of will, differing of what you guys wanted to do. One person's like an overthinker. Again, the male is like an overthinker. He has like ideas and inventions that he wants to pursue. This partnership is reminding me a little bit of, not a lot, but a little bit of Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. Now, Kim is very like business. I'm studying to become a lawyer type of thing. We have the show. I have my fashion company. I have my makeup line. I'm doing my law. And then Kanye is like, you know, a little bit more creative. Like, okay, I want to make this. I have this fashion, like my avant-garde fashion company that's not like the regular stuff. I have my music, and like he has these wild ideas, and he has a bipolar disorder. And it just wasn't really working long term. Especially again with the female being the one who's like, you know, my career goals, and then the males being a little bit more flighty in a spiritual sense, more a creative sense, like spiritual and like something less rigid, less by the book, less with the flow of people, and more separate. I hope this is making sense. And underneath the deck, we have the seventh chakra. Definitely a spiritual connection you guys have. A soulmate connection. Okay, let's see what the tarot has to say. We have the Knight of Swords. Let's keep going. That's definitely the male. Flighty. And not in a bad way. I'm not picking this up in a bad way. Three of Wands. I love this. Flighty. He wants to move. He wants to travel. He wants to move out of the city. He wants to do a creative career. We have the Page of Cups here. moody. This person's moody as well. Like I said, probably medicated. King of Cups. He's trying to find his emotional stability. He's trying to graduate from the Page of Cups, someone who's moody, who can't really control his emotions, to someone who has full control over his emotions, who can harness it into something that is tangible and successful. That's, you know, for people to see his creations, because especially if you look at this card. The King of Cups here, like, I don't even know which one is the damn king. It might be this guy, but they're all like, look at how weird they are. It's like your man, I'm picking up as a male, he would love to be in a company of these people, and you would hate it. Look at them. They're like all like performing artists, like, but like the satirical type of performing artists who just like poke fun at people, like the jokers type of thing. And he would like laugh his ass off at that, and he would love to, like, you know, do that. Maybe he wants to be an actor, especially on stage. Whereas you want to, like, you know, set up root. Sit down here with this woman holding a coin. Set up root and flourish in one spot more stably with a real salary. We have 8 of Pentacles. You guys aren't really working together. It's not working together. It's not working. Okay. And we have 7 of Wands underneath the deck. So you guys are both trying to compete and defend your stance on where you want your life to go. And it's not compatible. So let's see finally how he feels about you. I pretty much channeled all that. He definitely loves you. He adores you. He adores you. He loves you. I think he's having faith that you guys are either going to be able to get back together in this lifetime, or because he's very spiritually based, he's having hope that you guys are going to be able to get together in your next lifetime. But he wishes you the best. I feel like he wants to get back with you, but not now. Like, he needs to go. He knows he needs to go out on his own, and we have the 8 of Wands here, kind of in reverse, but whatever. Like, he knows he needs to go out on his own and do things and be free. See, like this, like all the birds flying, but he's hoping that, like, eventually after you guys separate, that you guys will be able to come back together. 4 of Swords. So he's like biding his time type of thing. He's kind of chill about this. Like, of course, it's going to be a little bit emotional. You too, I saw you guys like crying, but at the end of the day, he's not really seeing it as like a complete goodbye. He's seeing it as like a temporary pause, and he's hoping that eventually, when you guys like eventually your roads, your paths will cross again. And not in a literal physical sense, like, oh, you guys are going to bump into each other on the streets. Like, no, like your spiritual paths, your life paths will cross again, because now they're diverging. At one point, you guys were on the same path. You guys were together. You guys were happy. Now they're diverging, and he's hoping that it's going to do a little loop, and it's going to come back at an apex again in the future, 10 years from now, whatever, how long it is. And we have the Star card. See what I said? That's everything that I just said. Hope with the Hope card, faith with the Faith card. He's holding out hope and faith that you guys are going to get back together eventually. Again, either this lifetime or next lifetime. So let's see, finally, does he have someone new right now? I'm not feeling energetically that he does, honestly. This person feels from the heart. This is not someone who runs around trying to have like sex with multiple people. He feels from the heart. He might be a water sign. I think he's a water sign. I'd be surprised if he wasn't a water sign, honestly. That's Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I would really be surprised if he wasn't. You might very well be an earth sign. So, which is Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So, yeah, we have 4 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, 3 of Cups. Okay. He's a little confused right now. So he knows that he needs to spend his time on his like life purpose and like getting his emotions together and his like mental health together and his spiritual evolution together and all that jazz. But simultaneously, he kind of wants to like have fun and like get back out there and like be around people and, you know, specifically, you know, mingle. But with the underdeck energy, we have the Three of Swords. So he's still in pain from this breakup. He still needs to heal from this breakup. So he is kind of like at a stalemate. He doesn't know whether to just hold back on trying to meet new people or whether to like lunge forward and try to meet new people. So he's kind of like letting the universe decide for him, essentially. He's just chilling. Like, he's doing more than chilling. Like, he's doing things. But I mean, like, in terms of like romance, he's just saying whatever will be, will be. Like, that is, I'm surprised I didn't get that as a quote for him, because that sounds like something he might say, like, whatever will be, will be. So if another romance wants to come into his life, he feels like he's going to cross paths with this person, and he doesn't really have to like go out actively and pursue a bunch of people. And if he's supposed to like be alone, then he feels like it would just happen naturally that he's going to be alone. So quite frankly, I don't really see him with anyone. Not that he doesn't have options, but because if he is with someone, he's just sleeping with them. Because I am still picking up something about like him like sleeping with someone else, especially if you guys were having a long distance relationship and then he told you about it or you found out somehow. And I've just pulled the Two of Cups. Yeah, you found out somehow or something, and that might be why you guys broke up. Because again, we had that trust is a strange thing quote that I quoted. So Two of Cups. You know what? I think he has someone, but this is like a casual, a friend with benefits. He has a friend with benefits. Someone he's casually hooking up with. With that Two of Cups there, he's still, and with that Three of Swords under the deck, he's still heartbroken. So he's not able to get into anything deep right now, and quite frankly, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to get into anything deep. So he has a friend with benefit, but he doesn't have like a real girlfriend. Okay, so hopefully that resonated with you. Hopefully it made sense. Those are your messages. I hope it resonated. Let me know, and I will see you in my next reading. Hello, pal number 4. Welcome to your reading. So before casting your cards, I'm going to, well, I already did channel some, we're going to start off by channeling some quotes, some things that they would say to you if they could right now. Then we're going to move on with casting some cards to get some more details on exactly why you guys broke up, and then end it with how they are feeling about you now and if there is someone new. So this group, so the things that I got, the quotes that I got for them, that I channeled for them, are change the money, pack the bags, cancel the plans. This is normal. If you don't want to listen to me, get out of my house. Change the sheets. This is the first group that like I couldn't really channel anything that seemed to come from what they would actually say to you now. Unless this means that were you two to get back together, or was this person to speak to you right now, that they would just be ordering you around again. I do not pick up that this person would even apologize for absolutely anything at all. Like, not even in the slightest. Like, if they spilled something, it would not be, oh, I'm sorry I spilt it. It wouldn't even be anything. It would just be like, clean that up. Or maybe they wouldn't even say clean that up, because they would expect you to clean it up. And if you didn't clean up right away, it'd be like, why isn't this clean? Didn't you see it? Maybe you didn't see it. And they would be like, how did you not see it? You're in the kitchen. But you'd be like, well, my back was turned. I was washing dishes. Well, like, you need to pay more attention. This person's coming off very arrogant and annoying. This is a male energy. This is not, I mean, I guess this could be a female, but for crying out loud. I'm going to refer to this ex as a male from now on, because this is a heavy male masculine energy. So I had a vision, like, my vision was very limited. It was just some woman with like a one of those washing bins and those like washing grates, like those old school washing grates. I don't know what they're actually called, but like someone, and then like cloth, like she was like washing some kind of rag on that washing like grate. I think it's called grate in a washing bin. So I'm assuming that you came from a type of oppressive, narcissistic, toxic, misogynistic, patriarchal relationship without casting any cards at all. The bane of my existence, I must say. Nevertheless, we're going to get through this reading. Because I just want to chuck something at this man's head right away. So I'm going to start by casting some cards from the Le Vampire to see if he wants to speak some more other than giving out orders. Card number 4. Creator. And with that, mother, father. With that, I'm seeing provider. He provides. I'm the provider, he's saying. I am the provider. Natural. It's natural. Remember when I said this is natural? What I had that quote. No, he said this is normal. This is normal. This is natural. This is the order of things. This is the order of the world. What else? Death rights. Saying goodbye, formal occasions, honoring lies. To this person, you're pretty much dead to them. Thirst. To this person, yeah, obsession, compulsion, obsession. This person, yeah, they're obsessed. They're obsessed with having authority and giving orders. My God. Yuck. Her last day in the light. This is how I feel your energy was right before you got married to this person. You may not have been married to them, but if you were, or before you moved in with him, this was your energy, like your last day in the light. And then it was just nothing but darkness after you moved in with him. And underneath the deck, we have this hope, anticipation. He's not very talkative, this guy. If he speaks again, it's just to give orders. To him, you're pretty much dead. It didn't work. You didn't listen. You guys broke up. That's the end of it. You're not a worthy companion for him. He's a little bit nonchalant about it. Like he's just very tight-lipped, nonchalant. I don't feel him hurt over it. If anything is hurt, it's his ego. That he had a woman actually say no to him. If anything is hurt at all. Definitely not his heart. Not even close. Okay, let's see what the Energy Oracle has to say about the situation. Door to romance. Let's keep casting. Thinking woman in reverse. You're not allowed to think. You're just supposed to do, and you're not supposed to think. You're not supposed to think. You're not supposed to talk back. All tied up. You're not supposed to have a outside life. You're not supposed to go out with your friends without his permission. You could only wear what he tells you to wear. He's hyper jealous, hyper uber jealous type. May even require you to fully cover yourself with the way that she's dressed here. Do you see? barely allowed to leave the house unless it's to go run errands, like get groceries or go to the dentist, doctors, pick up the kid, or if you're accompanying him to somewhere. He always had to be informed about what you were doing. He had to know ahead of time when you were going to do anything. And also I channeled that cancel the plans. So if you had made plans before and he just told you to cancel it, like you just had to cancel it. I don't think he liked going out much. Okay, correction. He didn't like going out much with you, and he didn't like you going out much without him. This person was just raised poorly. This man was raised poorly. If you want, yeah, manhood. This is actually giving me good riddance vibes with the walking away card with the man holding a heart. I think it took you a while to walk away though from him, to actually end things with him. Happy family in reverse. You weren't happy in this relationship. In terms of like getting closure for this, I'm not sure exactly what you want me to say. He's misogynistic, he's patriarchal, he's a douchebag. He has no feelings. He's selfish, egotistical. He sees you as pretty much just dead to him. You guys are divorced, so you're dead to him. You chose yourself over the family, the so-called family. You walked away. It took you a while with the journey being reversed, the walking away card being reversed, indecision there being upright. It took you a while to finally walk away. You finally listen to your intuition and your heart with these three cards here. And then we have the broken heart underneath the deck. Like, I'm not sure, like you just you had enough. I don't know what you want for closure from me. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. Let me just tune into his energy, see if there's anything else. For fun, actually, I'm going to pull from the Secret Language of Light. I didn't use it for the first two groups, but I used it for the last group, so I still have it with me. Let's see what's going on with this guy on like a higher dimensional level, if we can. Oh, 4. Guy needs to grow up. He needs to grow up. He's doing something he's operating from a very egotistical lower level thinking. He's not listening to reason, other people's reason that may diverge from his own. We got this transformation card. He has a lot of healing to do, a lot of growing up to do, a lot of transformation to do. And underneath the deck, we have divine feminine. He has like mother issues or issues with females. He was raised horrendously. And I don't mean that he was abused. I mean, he was probably pampered by his mother and his father. And they did a horrible job raising this guy. And as soon as I said that, I split the deck and we have soul family. So this is like some sort of family issue. This could be cultural as well. He's not channeling from a higher level. Like he's just very lower chakras. See anything else? Some craft. Yeah, there's a lot of work to be done. With that Soulcraft card next to transformation, I'm just picking up a lot of work to be done that's going to take years and years and years and decades to work out. It's like his soul, like life path to like fix this thinking and break out of this thinking before he can even begin to like ascend at all. He needs to listen to his intuition much more. He's too lower chakra based. He's not listening to his intuition. I feel like you finally listened to your own intuition and left him. But it's like his intuition sometimes nudges him and tells him like, you shouldn't be saying that, you shouldn't be doing that, etc., etc. But like his logical mind just pipes up, and it's louder, much louder than his intuition. And he tells him like things that are just completely wrong. And he listens to that. And I feel like he's going to learn this lesson by going through a lot of catastrophic relationships, because I split the deck and we got the soulmating card, and then underneath the deck we have the enlightenment card. So it's like he's going to learn his lesson by going through a lot of females, a lot of relationships, and it's like he's going to gradually get females who are like more and more in their power, and less females who want to put up with his crap, is going to force him to have to adjust his behavior, because he's going to be alone, and he's going to be frequently getting in and out of relationships or getting divorced multiple times. This is someone who could easily, like, you know, by the time he's 40, 50, be on his third or fourth marriage. With this color card that I pulled, I'm seeing like him being very one-dimensional, very grayscale, very like, yeah. He's like pretty much destined to go through a lot of like females in his life. With that divine feminine card, like there's some issue with he's too much in his masculine. That's the issue. He's too much in the masculine. He needs to listen to his intuition more. He needs to be more in the yin energy, the female energy, the yin. He's too much. He's unbalanced. He's unbalanced. So, you know, it's going to take multiple females to balance him out. You may feel like you did absolutely nothing. You may feel like you wasted time and that you left and he's the relationship and he's still 100% the same, which he's mostly the same. But underneath the surface is like a 0.002% change in him, and it's going to accumulate by the different females he comes in contact with, especially romantic partners, but not only that, female friends and female acquaintances, and even females he comes across like over the internet and stuff, who like dare say things that he doesn't agree with, who would like argue with him like over social media. All of these little interactions will begin adding up. Okay, so first, let me see if there's any final thing that the tarot wants to say before I channel the last part. Yeah. Three of Cups in reverse. This guy is like, he sucks all the life out of the party. Ugh, I told you. Well, did I say it out loud? He's okay, he's very traditional. I mean, this is like some sort of cultural issue. This is some sort of misogynistic cultural upbringing. Religion could also play a role. He could be from some sort of strict religion. You too, 10 of Wands. Yeah, it's drowning him. He's taking things a little bit too literally. Like he might be taking things from the text, the religious text, way too literally, and applying it way too literally, to the detriment of the females in his life. And it's yeah, it's not. It's and it's incorrect. I'm seeing a lot of catastrophic romantic partnerships here in his lifetime. It doesn't end with you. It really doesn't, it will not end with you. Yeah, a lot of like sowing and reaping of the same shit multiple times in this lifetime. That's what he's going to go through. Oh my god. Hold on. I dropped some cards. Okay, the Four of Pentacles came out. He's... What is this? Yeah, with the Empress. He's not going to find true love in this lifetime. He's not going to find true love. He's never going to find true love in this lifetime. Six of Cups in reverse. He's not going to get that gift of true love. He's not going to get the soulmate connection. It's going to be a bunch of karmic partners over and over again. So he was some sort of karmic partner for you, and you to him. And we have the Sun card here. Kind of fell on the floor. I'm pretty sure it's like reversed because I see him being miserable. And look at this. Underneath the deck, we have the Page of Wands in reverse. And if you see, he's running from some devil behind him. So this is going to be following him for his entire life. This is a pattern that he's not going to snap out of. Is going to be going on for it pretty much ever. He's going to be miserable, this guy. And we have the Hermit card. He's going to be alone, basically. He's going to be in and out of relationships very quickly. And he's going to be essentially alone and depressed for his life. Yeah, and we got this Queen of Cups. There's a lot of like he needs to get into this feminine energy. He needs to balance that. He really needs to balance that. So let's see if there's anyone. I mean, honestly, you shouldn't care with this guy if he's seeing someone, but I said I would answer that. So let's answer that. And how he feels about you now, I said I would answer that. I'm pretty sure I did. He doesn't care about you. He finds you like a nuisance a bit. Like, not that you're bothering him, but like you were bothering him when you guys were together, and he finds you irritating that you stepped into your power and actually left him. It's like a little like cut on his back kind of thing, but it's not big enough. It's not a big enough wound to actually get infected and actually bother him, you know? It's just like a little irritating like cut. Like, you know, like when you get a paper cut on your finger, it's obviously, it's not enough for you to like run and get a band-aid and like be bleeding profusely. It's not like you cut it with like glass or something, but it's enough to kind of irritate you, right? Or like if you burn your tongue or you burn the roof of your mouth, you know, it's not enough to like completely ruin your entire day, but you know, every time you have to eat, it's annoying. So hopefully these analogies are making sense. This is the kind of energy I'm feeling like when it comes to you. You're just this little like nuisance, like this annoying part of his past that he doesn't really care about. It's like, oh, it's there. Like, oh, I got a paper cut. It kind of stings a little, but other than that, I can still do everything that I need to do in my life. I can still go to work. I don't have to take any days off of work. I can still write. I can, you know, with my pen, like hold the pen in my hand. Like, it's not, you're not a big deal. Okay, let's see if he's with anyone. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles. He's working on his career. What he's hoping to do is establish a strong foundation, financial foundation, to be able to have more leverage to be a misogynistic douche. Because the more money you have, the more he feels he would have a right to be a misogynistic, controlling douche. 10 of Swords in reverse. Yeah. Recently you just, 9 of Pentacles. Recently you just left some, like, you're still kind of in his back in a way. Like, there may still be like divorce proceedings, or you may have a kid and sharing custody, or you may be requiring spousal support or something. or just the energy of you is just still in his back and it's annoying him. Like, remember I said, like I had that vision of like a little cut on the back, and then again I'm seeing that here with like the Ten of Swords. Remember, the Ten of Swords, the traditional depiction is swords in the back. So you're just kind of like this nuisance in his back. That's what I keep feeling. I don't know. And we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse and the King of Cups. Why? Okay, I'm going to clarify the King of Cups because that should clearly be in reverse. But let's... Anyways, to answer your question, no, he's not seeing anyone. But he's probably sleeping with people, though. But honestly, if he is sleeping with people, I don't see him sleeping with people by their own, like, free will kind of thing. Like, not that he's raping them, but he's probably paying them, if you know what I mean. Because he can't get someone with his own, like, personality. Temperance, that's okay. Yeah, and then we have the Five of Wands underneath the deck. He's fighting with his emotions. He's trying to suppress his emotions. He's not balancing, mixing the yin and yang energy, like I said, again with that Temperance card. And with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, your relationship ended, your family fell apart. He probably lost some money to you. He probably lost some money to you. He's not seeing anyone else. I'm not even really seeing him sleeping with people, honestly. But is he sleeping with anyone? Let's just see if I can get anything on that. No, not even that. Mind you, this is a general reading, and mind you, this could change. You know, you're watching this now, and now it's a no, but it might not be a no next month. We have the Emperor in reverse. We have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Underneath the deck, we have the Death card. No. And I think that's another thing that's annoying him. He's also sexually frustrated too. And just the mere fact that he can't, like, just go to you. Not that he loves you or anything. I don't even know why you guys even got it. This is coming off like an arranged marriage. Like, I have no idea why you guys even got together in the first place. Like, there's no way you chose this guy. Like, I don't mean to be rude, but there's no way you chose this guy off of his personality. Like, was it his money? Maybe you wanted, like, financial stability. And this is not to take a jab at you. Like, I'm trying to figure out how the two of you even got together in the first place. Like, how did this even happen? Like, there's no way he attracted a woman or any mate by the virtues of his personality. This had to be someone with a status. He had money. It might have been an arranged marriage or something. It's one of those two. It's not you. Anyways, so no, he's not seeing anyone. He's working on his finances. He wants more capital to exert more authority. Okay, so those are your messages. I hope that resonated. Let me know if it did, and I will see you in my next reading. Hello, pile number 5. Welcome to your reading. So before casting your cards, I am going to tune into this person's energy, your ex, and we're going to explore what they would say to you if they could. Then I'm going to cast some cards, and we're going to explore exactly why you guys broke up. And then finally, we're going to cast some cards for how they feel about you now and if there's someone new. So I channeled some messages from them, and they are: you can trust me. I never meant to hurt you. I apologize. They're not lies. You're telling lies. Do you want to give it another shot? I have many lonely nights without you. So what I'm picking up from all of this person is full of shit. When I was trying to tune into the energy in terms of like getting a vision for what happened, I got a lot of darkness, and then I felt like someone was choking my throat. This person lies like there's no tomorrow. And you may have had an issue with speaking up for yourself because they made you feel like the things that you were saying were insane, like you were crazy. They also made you feel like you were lying, like they would tell you you're lying. I didn't do that. I didn't say that. But in reality, they did do that and they did say that. So there's a lot of bickering back and forth that you guys had when you guys were together. A lot of lying. I can tell you right now, without casting any cards, this person is a narcissist, so you should stay away from them. But nevertheless, we will go through this reading. This do you want to give another shot thing, that's their if you were to say, you know, let's give another shot, they would say yes, but they would feign kind of an air. They would give off an air like, okay, you know, let's start off slow, let's just see how things go, like, but in real life they would want you back because they would like the stability that you offered. Also, they do kind of miss you a bit. They have lonely nights without you. I'm getting like two things with that. One, they're lying because they're definitely sleeping around. And two, they are partially telling the truth because when that person that they're sleeping with leaves, they have to sleep alone. Whereas you guys used to sleep together. After you guys would have sex, you guys would sleep together, like fall asleep together. Whereas the people they're having sex with now would leave after sex. So it's like a twofold thing. They're partially lying. They're not completely lonely because they're getting it in. They're getting their fills. But at the same time, you know, they do miss cuddling with you and that sort of thing. And the whole thing, they're not lies. They're still going to be, if you guys were to speak again, they would still be adamant that the things that you discovered about them or the things that they said to you were not lies, that you just kind of misunderstood some things. This person is like a textbook narcissist. So they would say things like, you know, like, I didn't actually say that, what I actually meant to say, or you misinterpreted what I was trying to say. Like, they would still be adamant about things that should be out in the open and should be clear as day and should be, you know, very obvious, that it should be very black and white, but they're still going to try to grayscale things if you guys were to speak again. And the you're telling lies thing, some of you guys may be speaking to some of their friends. Maybe you guys had mutual friends and they're hearing through the grapevine, like, especially like if you guys have mutual friends, like when they speak to them, they're saying, the friend is saying, well, you know, she told me this or he told me that. And they're saying like, no, that's not what happened. So they're contradicting the things that you tell their friends about what truly happened in your relationship and why you guys broke up. And again, what I'm also picking up with that you're telling lies is that when you guys were together, they used to tell you that you were lying, like make you feel like you were crazy. Like when you would see things or hear things or sense things with your intuition, they would tell you you're lying, especially if you said you saw them do something or you heard them say something. They would say you're lying and they would twist the truth. So this person has not changed, in case you're wondering. And yeah, and I also had a vision of them like walking down a dark alley, and it's okay. It was kind of like, okay, there was like a woman there with heels. So twofolds. One, if you're inquiring about a male, he frequently hooked up with hookers. These didn't have to be hookers like from the street. They could be like escorts in agencies or massage parlors, like massage girls, like all that kind of stuff. Or girls he would pick up like at bars or whatever and like bring home for like quickies. Or like some girls he would like pick up somehow and like maybe buy them some things, like buy them some clothes, maybe give them some money. There was always some sort of exchange with either like actual money or gifts. With a lot of the girls that he would sleep with when he was with you, and also now that he's not with you. This guy has like a detachment style. He doesn't really get attached. He has like an avoidance kind of style. So the easier he can like get in and do his deed and get out is the best for him. And the easiest route for that is, of course, paying someone. The other fold I'm seeing with that is that if you're inquiring about a female, she used to frequently hook up with males when she would go out to parties. So a lot of times, like, she would go out to bars, clubs, whatever, with her girlfriends, and but she would be hooking up with guys like either in the bathroom or in their car, in her car. She would go back quickly to their place. They would get a motel. And then she would come home after. She would say, yeah, like, we went to an after party or something, or something like that, or yeah, we stayed out all night. But in reality, like, she was hooking up with some other guys before she would come home. Also, if you guys didn't live together, then you wouldn't have any clue that she wasn't home when she said she was home. So a lot of times she may have texted you like, yeah, I'm like going inside now, I'm going in the house now, I'm gonna go to bed, good night. But she was still outside. And some of you, I'm seeing like you would actually call her to like hear like if there was a lot of like noise around her, and she would say like, yeah, I'm leaving the club now, like I'm getting in the taxi now. Like she would just like leave the club to get away from the noise of the people and say like, yeah, I'm leaving now, I'm going home now, and I'm gonna go, I'm gonna take a shower, I'm gonna go straight to bed, so like good night, I'm bidding you like good night now. But in reality, like, she would just go back in the club, or she would be getting in a taxi going to some other man's house. And like also as well, if you would text her or call her, she would be like, yeah, I'm at home, but she might be at his place or he might be at her place, and you wouldn't know that someone else was at her place if you guys didn't live together. And yeah, I'm seeing that she liked to dress very scantily. Your ex-girlfriend, if this is a female you're inquiring about, lots of high heels, short skirts, like halter tops, a bit like her boobs, like her lots of cleavage, makeup. And then if this is a male you're inquiring about, like, he liked girls like that, he may have told you like, oh, I don't really care much if a girl has like a big butt or big boobs, but like in reality, those were always the girls he was like trying to get. So yeah, okay, so let's get into some cards finally. So I'm going to start off with Les Vampires to see if there's anything else that this person would like to tell you, and to get some information on why you guys ended exactly. But I mean, it should be kind of clear why you guys ended, because you clearly found out that you got wise to their shit with that Witness card. You wised up. You got evidence. You got evidence to their infidelity, evidence to their lies, and finally you were able to listen. It was no more just your intuition, because for a long time it was your intuition telling you like something's off. I feel like this person's lying, but because they're a narcissist, they're really good at spinning the truth, because to them, they don't really see it as not telling the truth. They don't see it as lying. They see it as like, I don't know exactly how they see it in their brain, but they definitely don't see it as like completely lying. Like they might see it as a necessary twist of the truth, or necessary withholding of aspects of the story. You know what I mean? Like they would, so they could lie. Okay, let's see what else I'm seeing. Free will. This person, another thing that they would say to you, I'm getting with that card, if you guys were to get into another argument, not just if you guys would talk, but if you guys would actually like talk and then get into an argument, they would say, you know what, it's my life, I'm a free person, we're not married, I don't, or you don't own me, something like that. And they would say, I'm independent, I'm a grown-ass man, I'm a grown-ass woman, you don't have any business telling me who I can sleep with and when I can sleep with people. Because like maybe sometimes you guys would have a fight, especially when you were thinking that they were like lying to you and stepping out in the relationship, and then you would like maybe withhold sex, and they might say something to you, they may have already, or they would now, if you guys got into another argument, say something like, who are you to tell me when I dictate when I can have sex? Yeah, they also try to attack your logical mind, like your reasoning capabilities. They would make you feel like you're stupid. So they would say anything to make you feel like the evidence that you were like really sure about that you had, they would make you feel unsure about it. they definitely did that while you guys were together, but if you guys got into an argument now, they would still do that. So they would like, say you're not remembering correctly, like this isn't really what happened, like you're making up lies, you're embellishing what really happened. And they would say, like, think logically, would I really say this and be doing that? Why would I be doing that? Like, this person could speak very, very logically. They may very well be an air sign, heavy Gemini, but Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. But they have like a strong Mercury placement. So it may be their ascendant is in an air sign, or like I guess their Mercury is probably in Gemini or something. So what was I saying? Yeah, they would poke holes. Like they would tell you like, why would I, like I told you I was tired from work. Like I already told you I was tired from work and I was going to go take a nap. Like why would I go out and sleep with someone when I literally work a 12-hour shift? Like, that, like he or she would bring up like things that should be logical and should make sense, and they would drive it in like to your head to make you feel like this has to be logical, like 1 + 1 has to equal 2. They would, even though like what they're saying is not necessarily would equal out to 2. Hopefully that made sense. Okay, another thing that they would say to you with that outsider card is like, you made me feel like I was inadequate, like nothing I did was good enough for you. Like they would guilt trip you in a way, especially if you were withholding sex sometimes, like when you guys got into an argument, or if you were always busy working or something like that. Like they would kind of blame you for their infidelity and the reason why they had to lie. Like you were always busy taking care of your kid, or you were always working, or like you would not like sleep with me enough, or like I felt like I wasn't good enough for you or something like that. Or like they would try to make themselves out to be like the victim, like someone who was left out of your life somehow, and they were like an afterthought in your life. So you were probably busy doing something. You may have been in school, you may have been working, but you just had some other priorities, like you had your own life. Especially if maybe they asked you to move in with them and you said no. Like they would make it seem like, we've been together for a certain amount of time, or because we're in a relationship, like we should have like moved in together. You should have felt more comfortable staying at my place longer, or you should have felt more comfortable with me staying at your place longer. But instead you wanted to, do this, do that, whatever you were doing. And I felt like I was not a priority to you. That's what they would say. Like they would say, I was not a priority to you. And another thing I'm seeing with that creator card, they would also say, I even like thought that, maybe one day we might, if we stopped fighting, we might like get married and like have children, with that creator, mother, father card. It's like I was thinking like maybe things would settle down in the future, and maybe you could finally move in with me, or we could get a home together, we can buy a home together. I was thinking, maybe like, we could just be together, like get married, like that kind of thing. Like, but they're full of shit. Okay. And underneath the deck, we have the Sacrifice card. And with that letting go, I'm seeing like, they would say like, oh, it's hard for me to let go of you. Because remember, I did channel something about them being lonely. I have lonely nights without you. So they might say like, oh, I have a hard time letting go. I've never felt this way about anyone else, or, etc., yada, yada, yada. Okay. Let's move on to the Energy Oracle. File 5. Okay, I'm pretty sure the Energy Oracle is just going to reiterate everything that I said, because this reading came very clearly to me. But yeah, what I'm seeing is a lot of options there. Like this person had a lot of options. Magician card. He very well could have, he or she was probably a Gemini or had a Gemini ascendant. But this is like, I'm seeing like a juggling type of energy. You were definitely not the only one. Definitely not the only one. He was definitely juggling other people, like other women, or if it's a woman, other men. If it was a woman, these other men would buy her things, you know, especially with the, you see the little gift here. So she may have had like frequently like new clothes, new perfume, like maybe she'd get her nails and her hair done or whatever. And you might have been at some point like trying to calculate like, where is she getting these extra funds to like, for all these things, especially if she was in school. Like, how is she getting these extra funds to like always have her hair done, always have a new outfit? Like, when is she getting these things? And also, if it was a male, you may have been thinking sometimes like, why is he always broke? Like, he seems to be complaining about like maybe money for some of you. Or he may have like said some things like, oh, I'm overdue on this bill. Or, oh, I have to get my car fixed. I'm just waiting to get paid or something like that. Like, I'm waiting for my paycheck to get the car fixed. Or I'm waiting for my paycheck to do XXX, like whatever, like fill in the blank. And then you were, at some point you were thinking, he makes this much every 2 weeks or this much a month. Why does he have to wait for his next paycheck before he can get the car fixed, or before he can, you know, buy a new oven because his broke down, or, you know, etc., etc.? It's because he was frequently like buying women gifts or paying them. And I got walking away. Yeah, so you definitely left this person, I'm seeing. With the last two cards, you found out about their like their deception, and you dipped. I feel like with this walking away being in reverse, it's like it took you a while though. It took you longer than you would have liked. It took you longer than you care to admit, because you pride yourself on being like a logical person, smart and also intuitive. However, for whatever reason, this person was able to pull the wool over your eyes much longer than you would have liked and what you would have expected. So it's like you got into a situation where like normally you would have been like scoffing at hearing a story of any other woman or any other man who got himself in this kind of relationship, like, you know. But then before you knew it, you were in that situation. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to how they currently feel about you now, and if there's someone new. Okay, let's use my new Poe deck. How they currently feel about this person. Power 5. Okay, we had 2 jumpers. Okay, we have the moon, we have the 6 of swords. They definitely are thinking about you. They're having dreams about you. They are having dreams about you, but they're desperately trying to move on. They're adamant about moving on because they do not linger where they have no more manipulation authority. So when the jig is up, they're gone. So they know better than to try to manipulate you again. So they're moving on. However, you're still someone that they think about. Like when they have downtime and they're not doing much, when they're in like a contemplative mode, you'll come into their mind. When they're getting ready to go to sleep, you'll come into their mind. You may even pop into their dreams. Yeah, King of Cups. He's trying to restabilize his emotions. when it comes to you. He definitely does miss you. He misses you, but he's not going to be the one to beg you to come back, even though he may be trying to talk to you. Because again, air sign here. Even though he may be trying to talk to you, he's going to like make it hidden that he's trying to get you back in a way. Like he may just, if he does talk to you, he may make it seem like he's just trying to clear the air, to get some closure so that you guys can just be friends and be amicable. Whereas underlining that, he would actually be trying to get you back if you allow him. Love is in reverse. We have the Nine of Pentacles. He sees you as someone he conquered from the past. Like he sees you as like another gold star on his board of gold star. The way I'm seeing it is like the Love is in reverse is like a kind of akin to the ship in the background, and like here she is with like this chain of like accomplishments. So especially if you're a male watching this, like, and you're inquiring about a female, like she got you to like buy her so many things and do so many things for her around the house, fix her car for her. Maybe you bought her a car, maybe you paid her rent, you paid her bills, bought her some clothes. Like she got you to do so many things for her that it's like she just sees you as like well, you know, I did it type of thing. Like I got these free meals, and you know, etc., etc. And if you're a female, you know, I got like all the sex that I needed from her. Well, not needed, because he would still want more, but like, you know, I got her to like maybe go against like her morals or whatever, and like sleep with me on the first night or the second night or something like that. So like I basically like did it type of thing. Like I like it like I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish with this person. Okay, so we got the Ten of Wands and we got a Ten of Pentacles. I'm gonna tune in to this energy. So I tried to tune into their energy to see like how they're feeling, and like I got like a vision of like someone like racing down the street in like one of those race cars, but like they were producing a lot of exhaust fumes behind them, and it was kind of clouding them, like it was coming back, the wind was blowing it back to them. So again, it's kind of like akin to the Six of Swords here. It's like they're definitely moving on. They're used to like switching people quickly. You know, if it gets to the point, the relationship gets to the point where it's non-salvageable, they can no longer lie their way out of it. They're used to just packing up and saying, you know, bye. However, again, with that clouded smoke, there's still the memory of you that's lingering around them, especially with that Moon card. So they're trying to balance their emotions when it comes to you, but you're still on their mind. They still think about you. They do miss you, but not enough to change at all. And not enough to be the one to actually beg you to come back. I think their attention is more on replacing you now than actually trying to get you back. To find another one like you who will do what they need them to do. Clarify the Ten of Wands and Ten of Pentacles. To them, like with that 10, the two tens in a row again, and also I just noticed that it went the Nine of Pentacles, so it's 9, 10. It's like they are pretty much done, like, with you. Got the Seven of Wands in reverse. I'm seeing that like with you, they were as happy as they could possibly be in a relationship. Even though there was a lot of fighting, they were as happy as possible. They're not really interested in fighting for you or fighting for this connection. They accomplished what they wanted to accomplish, and now it's at the end. They're kind of under some stress though. I feel like the ending was stressful. The way you guys parted was rather stressful on them. So they probably went through a period of stress because of it. This person's like subconsciously always trying to fight away long-term stability and true, like, real connections. They have like an avoidance type of personality. You were slightly more exhausting than they're used to with the people that they bamboozle, essentially. There's something about your relationship that was slightly more exhausting. They had to keep up the pretense longer. Either it was longer than most relationships, or because you were so intuitive and watchful and picking up a lot of details and stuff, you picked things up faster than most people they were with. You asked more questions and probed more than most people that they were with. So they're kind of partially happy to like not have to try so hard to keep up the pretense anymore and keep up with the lies. You may be a Scorpio or a water sign. If this person ever contacts you, they just want to get it in. But if they do, it's not going to be anything worthwhile. It's not going to be anything worthwhile. Okay, let's see if there's anyone new. Okay, Queen of Wands in reverse. Page of Cups. They're definitely working at it. Yeah, we got the Six of Cups. What I think that they're currently doing is going through their old contacts. I feel like they have to take a slight break from like playing the field. For some reason, it might be because of what's happening where things are closed. Like establishments where they would usually go to are closed. I think they're playing the field with the people they already had and the people they were already playing around with when you guys were together. Or people they already had in the arsenal, like in their contacts. They're speaking to these people. I'm not seeing anyone new. Yeah, I'm not seeing anyone new. I feel like they were incapable, like recently, of acquiring someone new for whatever reason. But they definitely have fallbacks, people to fall back on, and that's what they're doing. or I should say that's whom they're doing. Yeah, there's no one new. I mean, this is subject to change at any moment. This is like the general reading, and like, you know, you could be watching this now, and then in a month they'll have someone new. But I feel like they're back to the same old tricks that they were doing. Like, okay, so yeah, I had a vision of them holding like a sword and like pressing it downward to the ground. So, and like a spark of like a circle around them. So it's like, it's just the people who were already around them, people who were already in their contact list, who they're speaking to. This is who they're pursuing. I'm not seeing anyone new for now, but again, this is subject to change. So, and yeah, this person has like a list. Like they have a list. They're juggling a lot of people. They have people on the back burner who they can call. And it's funny that I got that vision because it kind of looks like the Queen of Swords here. Like with the sword like on the ground. It's kind of what it looked like. Facing downward, not facing in a specific direction. So this is like the people, and look, she's kind of enclosed. So these are the people who she or he already had. And then with this card here, it's like, it's like yeah, it's like the same thing. They're like in some sort of box. Again, it could be because of like the whole pandemic. They're temporarily chilling out, but like I don't want to say chilling out because that's going to give the impression that they're not doing anything. But it's just not with people, new people. It's old people. Okay, so those are your messages. I hope that helped you. Let me know if it resonated, and I will see you in my next reading. Hello, pal number 6. Welcome to your reading. So before casting your cards, I'm going to tune into some quotes on what they would say to you if they could. Then I'm going to cast some cards and we're going to explore exactly why you guys broke up. And then we're going to cast more cards and close out with how they feel about you now and if there's someone new. So starting off with what they would say to you, the things I channeled are: random events don't produce the outcome I'm seeking. Opportunity awaits. I must travel abroad. The environment just wasn't working. Perhaps when I return, then maybe we can talk. The cultural differences was an issue. So, and I also had a vision of a man in like a cave, taking a shower, or like underneath like a waterfall, like washing his hair, with his shirt off, and he was just wearing like boxers. And then I saw like ducks in a row around him, like a little pond. And then I jumped, and then I saw a woman sitting on a couch with a cup of tea or coffee, sipping it on her phone, like kind of swiping or scrolling on her phone, in her home, like in her apartment or home, her condo. And there was like a big division between the two of them. So you guys are probably in two separate cities, two separate states, provinces, or two separate countries right now. This is coming off as a relationship that started when either maybe one of you, i.e. like very heavily, it's going to be the ex you're inquiring about, the male probably, or it could be a female, but the ex you're inquiring about, they either were traveling abroad for school or work on a visa or something in your country or in your city, and that wasn't where they were going to be forever. They had planned to come get their education or work a little bit and then go back home to wherever they're from, Or you guys met in your home country, and then, but their plan was after university or after a certain amount of time was to go travel abroad and make a new life in some new country or a new province, new city, you make it resonate. I have a hard time believing you guys are in the same city. At least you guys are in two different cities. If you're in the same city, I'm going to go out off on a limb here and say you picked the wrong pile. So, what I'm seeing is that the male in this instance, he's represented as the male. You make the energies resonate for you because this is a general reading. It could be the female, but whoever the ex is, I'm seeing him as a male, so I'm probably going to refer to him as a male from now on. He is very practical. He wants to get his finances and his career in a row before he even thinks about any kind of long-term commitment with anyone, getting married, having kids, or anything like that. He's focused right now. He's at the stage in his life where he's just focusing on his career and his finances. And he, like I said, he either finished school in your city and then moved back home, or he got a job, a better job in another province or abroad somewhere, and he's going to follow the money. The way this guy is wired, especially in this stage in his life, he's following the money. Romance is not a priority for him. So I feel like the reason why you guys broke up is because he left, like he had to leave. I also channeled the cultural differences was an issue. So this is very indicative, again, this is general reading. However, this is very indicative of some of you where this person came from another country. They're a foreigner. And in your culture, when you find someone who you love or who you get on with, you guys would get married, and then maybe it would be expected that you two would move in together, or maybe it's expected that you guys would not move in together until you're married. So there were some sort of cultural differences. Like maybe he said, you can come with me, and you said, no, unless we're married, I can't live with you. Or maybe it was like, you wanted to live with him, and then he said, no, in my culture, unless we're married, you can't. So there was some sort of like cultural, for some of you, some cultural differences of how marriage and long-term commitment works. And even it could even be a cultural difference in terms of finances. Maybe one of you comes from a culture where it's like, you have to like focus on your finances before you get married, and then the other person's like, oh, it's not a big deal. Like there was just some sort of like slight clash. The environment just wasn't working. This is indicative of someone who, for those of you who resonate with this person being from your home country and who left, because the opportunities in that country, they weren't there, so they had to leave to get more opportunities. This person comes off highly educated. I would be surprised if they did not have at least a bachelor's. So the opportunities were elsewhere, not where the two of you were together, not in that city or that town even. It could be like a small town because they had to move to the city. Yeah, okay, so let's cast some cards from the Le Vampire and see what else they would like to say to you. Nobility. This person is focusing on high standards. Honor as well is the key words, and idealistic. This person is focusing on their finances and their future, getting stable before they even focus on marriage or anything like that. And again, with that high standards and honor thing, there may also be a cultural difference where one of your cultures has a very strong emphasis on honor, especially on the female's honor, which would have prevented the female from moving in prematurely before marriage with the male. Or there's some sort of honor where the male couldn't propose to the female before he had money and a home, a house. Okay, we got Hunter, yeah, definitely. Provider, tracker, provider. He's going after the money. He needs to be stable, a provider, before he can even entertain the idea of getting married. Faith, um, I'm picking this up kind of like religion. I'm not sure why the religion card did not come out instead of faith. There's some, it could be religion, could be culture. Someone is holding out faith. Especially with that kind of like that candle lit. It's the female who's holding out faith that he's going to come back. Family pressures, peer pressures. This person needs to. Okay, there's some cultural thing here. This person needs to go to school. He needs to get his degree, and he needs to get a stable job. He needs to buy a home before he can even think about bringing a woman home to meet his parents and proposing. It's just not even. It's unfathomable that he would. And it's funny here. I don't know if you can hear the plane flying outside. Can you hear that? So he left. He left on a plane. It's unfathomable that he would even entertain engagement and marriage before he has his ducks in a row. And there's also family as well. Like, yeah. He needs to hold up some tradition or some culture or some expectations from his family. Or she. It could be the woman too, because again, there's something about honor here. So like the woman is like not able to follow him to this new residence unless he puts a ring on her finger. Or someone may have an obligation to a family member who they need to stay behind and to take care of a family member or something. Clarify that witness card. Yeah, we got discipline, the monster within. And underneath the deck, we have redemption. And then I got these two cards to clarify the witness. Someone knows that this whole setup is a little bullshit. It's not an ideal situation. It's not an ideal life. It's not an ideal culture. It's not an ideal family pressure. Maybe you guys had a frank conversation, like saying, like, I think one of you guys maybe needed to loosen the reins with your family and your family expectations. And that person who needed to loosen the reins on their family expectations knows that they should, but they can't. They can't. One person in this relationship has the potential to tell their family to politely F off and that I'm going to do this anyway, but they're refusing to do it. They're refusing to do it. So one person could have made a different decision. So either the woman could have traveled with the male, or the male could have asked the woman to come with him unmarried. But they didn't have the confidence to stand up to the family. And we have the ancient card that I pulled. This is some sort of like cultural thing. Okay, so let's move on to the energy oracle. Let's see what really happened. Anything else to say? Oh, and yeah, what else they would say to you is like, I think they would apologize. Another thing that they would say to you is that it had nothing to do with you. It really didn't have anything to do with you. It's like, it has nothing to do with you. That's what they would tell you. It has nothing to do with you. It's not about you. It's about my life. It's about my family expectations. It's about my future. It's about my obligations. It's not about you. One person may tell the other person that they deserve better. Either you would say that to them, or they would say that to you. Like, you deserve a commitment, or you deserve something better that I can't offer you right now. I'm not hearing anyone telling the other person to wait for them. The person who left does not expect you to wait for them. And quite frankly, I don't think you should, because the way I'm picking up their energy, mind you, this is a general reading. So for your specific situation, maybe they would want you to wait for them, but the energy I'm picking up for the majority of you guys, this guy is so focused on his coin and getting his career settled and his finances settled, that he will only respect a woman who is doing the same thing. If you're not in school, if you're not working, if you're not saving money, he's not going to be likely to come back home to this home country or wherever and propose to you. You need to focus on yourself while the two of you are in separation. You may end up getting back together in the future. You may not. I'll see if I can see it after casting some more cards. But I'm going to tell you right now, you need to be focusing on yourself and not focusing on him, because he's not focusing on you. Like, the vision that I had, he was doing his thing. Like, it's like, yeah, you guys should not be focusing on each other right now. Like, he's not focusing on you. That doesn't mean that he doesn't remember you and that he doesn't still like really like you. But you're not a priority, and therefore he should not be a priority to you. He respects women who are go-getters, and quite frankly, he's more likely, especially if he went abroad or somewhere else to university, he's more likely to like pick up a woman who's in that university with him, who's studying in his field. That's who he's going to respect. Okay, let's keep going. Thinking man. Yang, yeah, a lot of a lot of action, a lot of masculine energy here that causes separation, a need to stabilize themselves, a need to get things done. They're busy. If you're wondering why this guy isn't texting you, I mean, it's partially because he's very busy, but it's also because to him, you guys are broken up. There's a distance between you guys, physical distance, and he doesn't see the point in dragging on something that he left behind in the old country, or the old city, the old province, the old state. Why are these all in reverse? When I get all reversals like that, it's not, no. Okay, let me just fix this. Someone is just following their life path, their purpose, their passion, career or school. Someone's just following that. Goddess of the Moon. I feel like you guys are some sort of like soulmates. So definitely you didn't imagine your connection to this person. You didn't imagine it. The connection was definitely there. I feel like you guys knew each other in a past life. You may not have actually been like in a romantic relationship in a past life, but somehow your souls are connected. And But there's definitely, you didn't imagine this connection. You didn't imagine it. I'm getting that this person appreciated the connection that you guys did have. They didn't regret it. They don't regret it. They appreciate it. You didn't imagine it. You might be thinking, did I imagine that he loved me more than I thought he did? You're not imagining the connection. There's definitely some sort of past life connection here. Okay, let's see. Anything else wants to come through? About 5. How does he feel about now? 4 of Swords. He's chilling. Didn't I and it came out right underneath the rest and rejuvenation. This is literally the 4 of Swords in Oracle form, this card right here. And then we get the 4 of Swords, like, my God. Like, literally, this guy's chilling. And I just saw him, like, taking a shower. He's not stressed at all. I don't know if you're wondering if he's stressed or always thinking about you. He does think about you, but he's focused on his stuff. This guy's he might be an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. He definitely has a lot of earth placements in his chart, definitely, if he's not an earth sign sun. He's chilling. But not chilling like as in doing nothing. He's chilling as in like getting his ducks in a row. He's doing his thing. He's focusing on school. He's focusing on his career. He left the city to go do these things, and he's doing these things. Yeah, he had to leave you behind. The way he feels about you is that someone he had to leave behind. It's like there was some expectations with all of this here, like some sort of struggle. It was like a struggle for you guys to be together. And he had to leave you behind. This is really indicative of someone who like had a visa and was in your country for like a certain amount of time to get they were working or they were getting a diploma, a degree, and then they left. They went back home. Or they always knew, even if you guys are from the same city, they always knew that once they graduated, they would move abroad to work. That was always their plan. This plan did not come out of the blue. This person is very methodical. Very methodical, this person. Heavy earth sign, suns in their sun or their moon, or heavy earth signs in their chart, their astrological chart. They planned this from time. This was always their plan to leave. This didn't come out of the blue. I mean, again, this is general reading. For some of you, it may have seemed like it came out of the blue, like maybe they got accepted somewhere, but this person always planned to apply to this place. They applied to at least a couple of places. This is not unplanned. This person doesn't go through their life unplanned with no plans. I would be surprised. I would be so surprised if this person is not a Capricorn or a Virgo. This is like the strongest earth energy in existence. Like, this person is so organized. With these last 2 cards here, I think that he feels bad that he hurt you. He feels bad that he hurt your feelings. He may have broke your heart when he left. He feels bad about that. He feels bad that he hurt your feelings, but he's moving on. I'm not seeing him, despite the 9 of Swords, I'm not feeling or seeing him staying up at night crying over it. He's not crying at all. He just feels like bad. Oh man, she's such a nice girl. I feel bad that I hurt her feelings, that I broke her heart. Especially if you're younger than him. But other than just feeling bad, like he never wanted to hurt you. That wasn't his intention. It's just that this career always takes priority, always. and his family, even family expectations. Also, with this spread, I'm seeing that you guys left or broke up in a slightly chaotic fashion, and there was like some fighting and bickering back and forth about, like, him staying and him leaving, and you guys separating. So he's also relieved to be free of the conflict. Okay, now I also pulled the Page of Swords and the Ace of Wands. There may be soon some sort of opportunity that comes to allow the two of you to reconcile. I feel like this reading just got split into slightly subgroups. One subgroup of you, this guy, although he feels badly that he hurt your feelings, he's focused on his career and his school, and that's all he really cares about. And to him, like, you're in the past, he is moving on, not necessarily moving on with someone new, but he's focused on his career, and he's not really thinking about, like, he's not attached to you, he's not holding on. There's another subgroup of you where this guy is still kind of holding on, and he's still kind of hoping that an opportunity is going to arise to allow the two of you to be together, either for you to come to him or for him to go back to you. He may miss the city or the country that he was in where the two of you were together, and he may want to come back. For some of you, this may be a situation where he got deported or his visa expired and he actually wants to come back. Some of you, he's waiting on communication from the government to be able to get his visa to come back. If you don't resonate with him having a visa expire and having to go back to his home country, then this sub reading is not for you. It's the aforementioned, where he's focused on his career, and though he feels bad about hurting you, he sees you as being in the past, a connection that's cut, and he's moving on. For those of you who resonate with him having to go back home suddenly for some reason, he's hoping that he can come back. He's hoping that he can come back. An opportunity. He's waiting on some sort of information, communication, a renewal of a visa to come back. That's for some of you. You would know if that's the case, if he was forced out of the country. Okay, let's see now if he has someone new. And for those of you who resonated with the first subgroup where he moved on by his own volition, again, do not focus on him. Focus on yourself. Because if you guys end up crossing paths again physically, like getting back to the same city, either he moves back or you move to him or something like that, he's going to only be impressed if you have accomplished things. If that's the way that's what's going to impress that guy. Okay, let's see if he has someone new. Nine of Pentacles. Woo-hoo-hoo. Okay, Three of Cups. Keep going. Someone new. Okay. One more card, but I'm seeing the answer. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Okay. So the thing is, I don't see him having like an actual relationship, but he's having like a real relationship. He has a sexual relationship with at least one other person, if not a few other people. This is like someone who either they start a new job and they met some like pretty coworkers or some pretty women or men who like work in their same building around them, like in their same office building, and they have started like a relationship, a like casual hookup relationship, like a friends with benefit relationship with at least one coworker. Others of you, if they're in school, these are like especially if he lives on campus, of course these are other students he's hooking up with. But I don't see him focused on any kind of real relationship. This is subject to change, though, I have to mention, because you could be watching this now, and then in a month from now, one of his casual hookups may be upgraded to a stable relationship, right? Wheel of Fortune. He's just letting seeing the way the wind blows. But he's moving towards a direction of finding someone new. I feel like it's a matter of time before one of these casual hookups get a little bit more stable. Like it's going to be one of those relationships where it starts off casual, like friends with benefits, and then it develops, they become like real friends, and then it develops and develops, and then at some point they're going to have that talk, that what are we talk. I feel like that's what's going to happen, most likely. I mean, this is a general reading. That's not going to happen for all of them. But for some of them, it's going to develop, and there's going to be an eventual conversation about like what are we, and it's going to be upgraded to boyfriend, girlfriend. Hierophant. And you know what? And then I had a vision of some of them actually getting engaged in a couple of months. And then I pulled the Hierophant and the Empress card. So yeah, this is a general reading. So some of them in a couple months are going to find a fiance who their parents approve of and are going to get married. Some of them, their parents, they come from a culture where their parents, they have arranged marriages. Some of them may have actually been engaged while they were abroad with you, especially if you resonate with them coming from their home country and coming to a foreign country. They were probably already engaged or promised to someone else back home, and then they went back home after they got their degree or something. And they're expected to, like, in a couple of months actually make the engagement like real, or like maybe in a year or so, like actually like have the marriage ceremony. There's someone who, for some of you, there's someone who their parents already have lined up for him. A family friend, like a family friend's daughter. I'm picking up a lot of Indian vibes here. You may resonate with that, you may not. Four of Wands. Some of them already have someone lined up for them. Again, with that Wheel of Fortune right in the middle. Some of them, their parents have already chosen someone for them, and they're going to find the person agreeable. They're going to accept, and they're going to get married or at least engaged in a couple of months. I'm not really seeing you guys getting back together. This reading is coming off like he's going to end up finding someone else in this new place. Eventually. Could be in a couple months, could be in a couple years. This is a general reading. I'm not really seeing the two of you guys coming back together. I feel like this is done. This relationship is done. Some of you, even if he had a visa expire and then he's going to come back to your country, I don't really see you guys getting back together when he comes back. Okay, so those are your messages. I hope that helped you and I hope it resonated. Let me know if it did, and I will see you in my next reading.